We're talking about the most significant changes to security legislation in this country since 2001. A bill where critical flaws are being revealed by security experts across the country every single day. It's simply reckless and irresponsible to try to ram it through without a full and proper study. But it's not just security experts who understand that C-51 goes too far. First Nations are raising the alarm. The Union of BC Indian Chiefs is clear. Quote, Bill C-51 directly violates the ability of all Indigenous peoples to exercise, assert, and defend their constitutionally protected and judicially recognized Indigenous title and rights to their respective territories. Again, C-51 goes well beyond terrorism and will impact constitutionally protected dissent and protest. Why is the Prime Minister afraid to hear from First Nations themselves? Seems like that. It's no wonder they want to avoid any serious study of this bill, Mr. Speaker. Ramming Bill C-51 through without improved oversight is reckless. Despite the Prime Minister's insistence, the Security Intelligence Review Committee is not an oversight body. It's a review body that looks at what CSIS does after the fact. After the fact. CERC's spokesperson is clear, quote, we are not involved in the operational decision-making. Does the Prime Minister still maintain that CERC is adequate oversight of CSIS when even the committee itself says that it is not?
C-51 has been roundly condemned by security experts for being overbroad, vague, and ineffectual. It sacrifices Canadians' rights and freedoms to give security agencies new powers without any new oversight. And rather than answer questions or address these problems, the Conservatives have rammed C-51 through this House. Are they now also going to try to railroad it through committee? Will the government commit today to a full and proper study of this sweeping security bill?
Barn burnings, mayoral. There is a history, Mr. Speaker, and we stand up in favour of the rights and freedoms of Canadians.
Every day, new information is coming out about critical flaws in C-51. Experts are warning the bill could create a legal grey area, mixing the roles of CSIS and the RCMP. Cases could be left in limbo without any possible criminal charges. C-51 needs a full study, hearing from experts and hearing from concerned Canadians. Why are the Conservatives so afraid of being accountable for a bill that affects all of us?
Yesterday, the Prime Minister was putting the emphasis on getting the committee to study the bill as quickly as possible, not as thoroughly as possible.
Mr. Speaker, there we have the Minister hiding behind fear again instead of committing to a proper study.
Conservatives have shown that Canadians should not trust them. We need a real study in committee to ensure that we do not adopt a bad bill. The consequences are too important, Mr. Speaker. The minister cannot even explain his bill in this House. So why does he want us to prevent us from getting to the bottom of things in committee? What does he have to hide?
The record for passing unconstitutional legislation. Instead of real scrutiny at committee, what the Conservatives seem to prefer is rubber stamp approval. But it's precisely because this minister has been unwilling or unable to answer critical questions about this sweeping bill in the House that C-51 needs full study at committee. Why is this government always seeking to shut down debate instead of allowing a serious review of sweeping and dangerous legislation like C-51? Again, it's difficult to square that answer with the budget cuts to CSIS and the RCMP.
That's right. The Conservatives' lack of credibility can also be explained by their doublespeak on the topic. They say they're concerned about Canadian safety, but yesterday, once again, we learned in the main estimates that the budget for law enforcement services has been cut by 25%. And that's in addition to the $1.7 billion that was supposed to go to the RCMP, but it was used for other purposes. Instead of spouting empty rhetoric, why doesn't the minister invest where it counts when it comes to ensuring Canadian safety?